Is your daily food silently blocking your heart? We eat so many things every day. But have you ever stopped to ask, is what I'm eating actually damaging my arteries? People say garlic and lemon can prevent heart attacks. But can they really? Or is that just another viral myth with no real science behind it? The truth is, you could be eating your way to clogged arteries without even realizing it. And what if everything you've ever heard about heart-healthy food is actually wrong? In this video, we're breaking down what's real, what's nonsense, and what foods actually support a healthy heart with real science. Not internet hype, the viral artery cleansing recipe myth or magic. In today's world, people are desperate for quick fixes, especially when it comes to their health. With heart disease on the rise globally, it's no surprise that videos promising to unclog your arteries in just a few days go viral overnight. But let me ask you, can a glass of homemade juice really save your heart from years of damage? Let me walk you through one of the most widely shared so-called heart healing remedies out there. It starts with a bold claim that if you take the juice from 3 organic non-GMO lemons, squeeze them into a glass container, add 3 cloves of garlic, and mix in some rare powder from the wakanaka root, harvested high in the Himalayan mountains, you'll have a powerful drink that supposedly melts away plaque from your arteries. Sounds like magic, doesn't it? You're then told to drink 8 ounces of this concoction every morning. And within days, yes, days, your arteries will apparently be squeaky clean. But wait, let's pause here. Before you start looking for this mysterious route online, ask yourself this: if healing arteries was this simple, why are heart diseases still the world's leading cause of death? Why hasn't this miracle remedy made it into mainstream medical practice? Here's the hard truth: there's absolutely no clinical or scientific evidence that this mixture of lemon juice, garlic, and Himalayan herb can reverse artery blockages. In fact, the wakanaka root is likely a fictional or exaggerated plant that plays into the ancient wisdom marketing narrative, where anything exotic and rare is assumed to be powerful. But just because something sounds ancient doesn't mean it works. Yes, lemon and garlic do have health benefits. Lemon is rich in vitamin C and antioxidants. Garlic contains allicin, which may slightly improve blood pressure and cholesterol. But can they reverse decades of arterial plaque caused by processed foods, sedentary lifestyles, and inflammation? Not even close. And yet, videos with this exact recipe rack up millions of views. That tells us something important, not about the remedy, but about our desperation. We're all searching for hope in a glass, a quick fix, an easy way out. But when it comes to your heart health, shortcuts can cost you more than just time, they can cost your life. So in this video, we're not chasing myths. We're going to look at the real science, the real risks, and most importantly, the real solutions that actually help protect and repair your arteries. Stay with me, the truth might surprise you, and it could very well save your life. What you really need to know. So now that we've unwrapped that miracle recipe and seen it for what it truly is, a popular myth with zero scientific foundation, let's shift gears. Because while millions are sipping on lemon detox drinks, hoping for a heart reset, very few are talking about the real ways we can measure and manage what's going on inside our arteries. Here's the honest truth: heart disease doesn't develop overnight. And it's not going to disappear overnight either. And no, there's no magical Himalayan herb that gets rid of years of damage caused by poor eating habits, inflammation, high blood sugar, and stress. So if we want to truly understand how to protect our hearts, we need to start with this simple question: how do doctors actually know if your arteries are clogged? It's not guesswork. It's not based on how you feel. You could feel perfectly fine and still have dangerous plaque build up in your coronary arteries. the vessels that supply blood to your heart. That's where the Coronary Artery Calcium score, or CAC score, comes in. It's a CT scan that takes just a few minutes and shows us how much calcified plaque, that's hardened buildup from cholesterol, calcium, and inflammatory cells, is lining your arteries. This test is one of the most accurate early warning systems we have for detecting heart disease risk. And guess what? It's incredibly simple. No needles, no pain, very low radiation, and it could literally save your life by showing the state of your heart before symptoms ever show up. Now here's something most people don't know. The average person's CAC score increases by 20% to 25% every year. That means if your score was 100 last year, it'll likely be around 120 to 125 this year. If you're eating and living like most people do, and that's the scary part, this number doesn't lie. It doesn't matter how fit you look, how many supplements you take, or how much lemon juice you drink. If your arteries are slowly filling with plaque, that number will go up. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a growing community of people, particularly those following specific low inflammation, low carb diets, who are seeing something different. Instead of their CAC scores going up by 20 to 25%, they're only seeing increases of around 10% per year, sometimes even less. And in some rare but powerful cases, people are seeing no increase at all, or even a slight decrease in their score. Sounds too good to be true. It's not magic. It's not hype. It's what happens when you actually give your body the right environment to heal. But make no mistake, this process is slow. And it's based on consistent lifestyle change, not some magical drink. You can't pour lemon juice on years of artery damage and expect a clean slate. But you can make real, measurable progress with the right nutrition, metabolic control, and inflammation reduction. In the next part of this video, I'm going to break down exactly what kind of diet supports this healing, step by step. Because when you give your body the food it truly needs, not the food the processed food industry sells you, incredible things start to happen. What you eat matters more than you think. Now that we know heart blockages can't be fixed with fantasy recipes, let's talk about what can work. Here's the good news. While you can't undo years of damage overnight, you can make steady, measurable progress by focusing on one powerful tool: your daily diet. Yes, the very thing that caused most of the problem can also be the thing that begins to fix it. But not just any diet. We're talking about a way of eating that is grounded in evolution, biology, and hard science, not trends, fads, or what's printed on a cereal box. Let's break it down. Principle 1. Stop the fire. Eat anti-inflammatory foods. Inflammation is the silent fuel behind heart disease. You see, plaque buildup in your arteries doesn't just come from cholesterol floating around in your blood. It happens when your artery walls get damaged, and inflammation is what weakens them over time. So what causes this inflammation? Ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, industrial seed oils like canola, corn, soybean, highly refined carbs, and packaged junk that barely resembles food. Think about this. For over 99% of human history, we didn't eat anything that came in a box, bag, or bottle. Humans survived and thrived eating real, whole foods, plants, animals, roots, fruits, and fats, all provided by nature. But in the last 50 to 100 years, modern food technology has completely hijacked our health, creating artificial foods that are cheap, addictive, and silently toxic. That's where the damage starts. If you want to begin healing your arteries, your first job is to stop adding fuel to the fire. Eat foods that are clean, natural, and minimally processed. Your arteries and your entire body will thank you. Principle to feed the system: healthy fats and proteins. Now, here's something you don't hear enough. Your arteries, the very walls and cells that make them up, are literally made from fats and proteins. They're not made of carbohydrates. They're not built from sugar. They're built from animal fats, amino acids, and cholesterol, the very things modern nutrition told us to avoid for decades. We've been told that animal fats are dangerous, that meat is bad for your heart, that butter will clog your arteries. But what if the opposite is true? What if those traditional, ancestral foods are exactly what your body needs to rebuild and restore damaged tissue? Research is now showing us that saturated fats from natural sources, like grass-fed meat, eggs, fatty fish, ghee, and organ meats, not only support hormone and brain function, but also provide the raw materials for cellular repair. This isn't a call to go overboard, balance matters. But you shouldn't fear real fat from real food. Your heart wasn't built in a lab. Don't feed it like it was. Principle 3. Lower the load, cut the carbs, enter ketosis. A diet that is very low in carbohydrates has been shown in multiple studies to dramatically improve markers of heart health, including blood sugar, insulin, triglycerides, and inflammation. Why? Because when you reduce your carb intake significantly, your body enters a metabolic state called ketosis, where it begins burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. And here's the magic. People who stay in a state of nutritional ketosis often show less plaque build up in their arteries over time. Not only that, they stabilize their energy levels, reduce hunger, lower blood pressure, and see improvements in insulin sensitivity, all of which are directly linked to heart disease prevention. So no, ketosis isn't just a weight loss trick. It's a metabolic reset that helps your body heal from the inside out. This doesn't mean you can never eat a carb again, but it does mean refined sugars and starches need to go if you're serious about heart health. Let me be clear. This isn't about restriction. It's about real nourishment. It's about giving your body the foods it was designed to process, and avoiding the modern junk that's slowly breaking us down, healing from the inside. What happens when you eat right? So now you know what kind of diet supports your heart, rich in healthy fats, real protein, and very low in inflammation, causing carbs and processed junk. But what does that actually do to your arteries? Let's break it down. When you eat a low-carbohydrate anti-inflammatory diet, something powerful begins to happen inside your body, quietly, steadily, and over time. You may not feel it on day one. You won't see dramatic numbers after 1 week. But beneath the surface, your body begins to reset. Step 1. Your blood sugar and insulin start to normalize. One of the biggest drivers of artery damage is chronically high insulin and elevated blood sugar. Think of insulin like the pressure in a pipe. If it's always high, it wears down the inner lining of your blood vessels, making them more vulnerable to inflammation and plaque buildup. By cutting carbs, and especially refined sugars, your insulin levels drop. Your blood sugar stabilizes. Your body stops being in a state of metabolic emergency all the time. This alone gives your arteries a break, a chance to breathe, repair, and regenerate. Step 2. Your inflammation levels decrease. Inflammation isn't always bad. In fact, your body uses it to fight off injury and infection. But when inflammation becomes chronic, as it does with modern diets, it turns into a slow-burning fire, damaging your arterial walls day after day. By removing inflammatory foods and focusing on ancestral eating, you're putting out that fire. And when inflammation drops, your arteries finally have the chance to start healing. Step 3. Plaque growth slows, and may even reverse. Here's where the long game pays off. Remember earlier when we talked about the CAC score, the calcium scan that shows plaque buildup in your arteries? Well, here's what research and real-world experience show. People who stay in deep nutritional ketosis where their body consistently uses fat for fuel, tend to have slower growing CAC scores. Some people's scores stay stable year after year, and some, under the right conditions, actually see small decreases over time. Now, is this fast? No. It's not a 30-day cleanse. It's not a viral drink solution, but it's real. It's sustainable. And it's something no magical root powder can ever give you. Long-term. Measurable improvement in artery health. Step 4. Cellular repair kicks in. Your arteries are made of living tissue, and just like skin, muscle, and bone, they respond to what you feed them. When your diet is rich in quality fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals, especially from animal sources and whole vegetables, your cells get the building blocks they need to regenerate. This is where true healing begins. Your endothelial cells, the ones that line your artery walls, repair. Your immune system works more efficiently, and the old plaque deposits, they stop getting bigger. Some may even start to shrink. All this happens quietly, but powerfully, when you're consistent. So next time you see a viral post promising to flush your arteries overnight, remember this: your heart doesn't need hype. It needs help, and it needs it over time. True healing happens slowly, meal by meal, habit by habit, day by day. Let's wrap this up. Your heart, your habits, your power. We started with a viral myth, a magical drink that claims to clear your arteries in days. And now, you've learned the truth. There are no shortcuts when it comes to your heart. But here's something even more powerful. Your body wants to heal. Your arteries can get better. And the decisions you make every day, starting with your food, are the most powerful medicine you'll ever take. Let's turn this into action. If you're ready to start improving your heart health, for real, here's what you can begin doing today. 1. Cut out processed sugars and ultra-refined carbs. Bread, soda, sugary snacks, they fuel the fire of inflammation. 2. Eat whole natural foods your ancestors would recognize. Think meat, fish, eggs, veggies, healthy fats, not powders and pills. 3. Start learning about low-carb or ketogenic nutrition. It's not just a trend, it's a way to restore balance inside your body. 4. Get your CAC score tested. Don't guess. Know where your heart stands. And remember, progress is slow, but every right choice adds up. Before you go, let me ask you this. What if you could actually slow down aging inside your arteries, just by changing what's on your plate? Wouldn't you want to know how? If the answer is yes, then here's what to do next. Like this video so more people can find real answers, not fake fixes. Subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos.